What's up guys, my name is Mark. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a skincare reaction video. They are all the rage on YouTube and have been for a while, and I'm finally just deciding I'm gonna do one myself. They're fun because it's fun to see other people's skincare routines and see how they do it, especially when it's celebrities and they have access to kind of the best in the world. So I'm gonna jump in with Harper's Bazaar Go to Bed With Me series, and this is gonna be Bobby Berk from Queer Eye.
Oh. Hey, how's it going? You ready to get unready? So my first step is to wash my face, obviously. I do it in a different way depending on the day. If I have worn makeup, I use soap. If I haven't, I actually don't. I get dry skin, so using any type of cleanser usually dries my skin out. Just like waxing a car, you should go in little circles. So with my final rinse, I usually actually do a really nice cold compress because it soothes the redness on my face and just calms it down. So after that, pat it dry. It's a little happy pat, you know, just little happy trees, little happy pat. Now, my first step is to get.
I'm gonna stop. So washing your face. Some people in the mornings prefer to just use sort of a water wash or just a wet washcloth and kind of pat it around, but that's for morning. Nighttime, you want to use a cleanser. You want to find one that works with your skin. I know, especially for dry, sensitive skin, it can be kind of a beast to find something that doesn't feel like it's over drying, but truly, I've harped on this before, like a double cleanse is such an easy thing. You get a balm cleanser that's nice and emollient. Dry skin loves it. You get it worked around your skin and it just melts away makeup, SPF, all the dirt and grime. It lifts everything up, and then you go in with just a gentle cream or gel-based cleanser and wash it away. Your skin shouldn't feel tight and dry after that. It shouldn't feel overstripped. There are plenty of cleansers out there. You can find one that works for even the driest skin. So I get that he doesn't want to over dry his skin, but just using water on a washcloth is not going to be enough to pull off the day's grime, even if you aren't wearing SPF or makeup, but you should always wear SPF. Especially, he says that his skin is dry, and as soon as he's rubbing it around his skin, you can see that it turns red, so it's irritated. He's tugging on it, he's rubbing it, it's not a good thing for your skin. You need to be gentle with it while you're cleansing, and that's one of the reasons why doing sort of a two-step cleansing method is helpful. It's because you don't have to scrub so hard to just get it to work. That's why makeup wipes can be kind of rough, because you think that it's going to take your makeup off, but they don't have enough of a cleansing agent or enough water or solvent or anything really to truly lift away most makeup. So you wind up scrubbing at your skin, and that's just not what you want to do. So we'll see where we go from there. We'll have comments at the end, but that was just, get a good cleanser. Don't just rub your face to death.
Get rid of my enraged red skin. I like to use this Corrective Gel from SkinCeuticals. It's got a little green to it, but the best part of it is it just soothes my skin and makes the irritation go down. So when I wake up in the morning, I've got a nice even tone. So I first discovered SkinCeuticals at a resort in Mexico. I was getting a facial and they recommended using this, and so I started using this. And then when we started filming season 3 for Queer Eye, SkinCeuticals had sent Jonathan a bunch of stuff and started using it for myself. And ever since then, I love their products. I use them a lot. My next step is...
All right, real quick. The Phyto Gel is amazing and it's wonderful for irritated skin types. He says that his skin is red and irritated and angry. The reason for that is because he's been scrubbing it and irritating it. So he probably doesn't need to use this product, but he's using it to take down the redness. It is very soothing. It works on like post-procedural skin. So after you've had microneedling or dermaplaning or acid peel, any of those things, it really does help kind of recover from the irritation. It's got a little bit of humectant in it, so it'll help retain moisture for those drier skin types. It's not real heavy, but this would be the perfect step for it if he really needed it, because you should move on to your serum after you've cleansed. Yeah, the only other comment I would have is please don't touch the applicator to your skin. It's just asking for contamination. Put a couple drops on your finger and work it in, or put a couple drops without touching your actual skin directly on. I know influencers love to do the drops on the face move, but it's not hygienic, and you're going to have that bottle for a while. SkinCeuticals is great. He clearly had an esthetician or a facialist who recommended it to him. So great. You should always consult your facialist or esthetician or dermatologist. They have great recommendations. They know your skin well. They can see things and make recommendations that you wouldn't normally be able to come up with on your own. So good on him. I love it when somebody takes care of their skin and gets a good facial every now and then. But let's see how the rest of the routine goes.
Is the C and E Furlick? My next step, I like to use a nice vitamin C and vitamin E oil. In all honesty, I don't really know what it does, but apparently it does something great. Because it's the latest rage, everyone's doing it. Pro tip, do not get it on your beard, because you will go through a few weeks where you think that your facial hair is turning more ginger than it used to. And you wonder, how am I turning more redheaded as I get older? And then you realize, nope, it's vitamin C. My next step.
Okay, so CE Ferulic is amazing. It's the gold standard for vitamin C products. He clearly likes the SkinCeuticals line. They're a great line. They're well made. It's a pricey item. All of SkinCeuticals items are pretty pricey, but it's great stuff. And like he said, he may not know what it does for him, but it is all the rage, and it'll help with fine lines, wrinkles, dark spots, especially for somebody who's more fair. It'll help keep a nice bright tone, keep those sunspots away. So great. I would have used it before the Phytogel just because the texture is almost lighter than water on this one, and the other was a gel. So you usually want to go thinnest, thickest textures as far as skincare application goes, but this is great. It's a great product, and it's probably doing him a lot of good.
Is this little beauty here. It's a triple Lipid Restore 242. So you put that on, and circles. I love circles, because when you go up and down like that, you have a tendency to damage this little delicate little skin around your eye. And Jonathan always said, well, be very careful with the skin around your eyes. You should always use this finger, because it's the weakest of your fingers, and it will damage the skin around your eyes the least. When I wake up in the morning, I feel more refreshed. My skin feels a little more plump. One other thing that is a huge portion of my nightly routine is having at least this much water before I go to sleep. Especially for people who are very pasty and Irish, and British, and Nordic like I am. You need a lot of moisture in your skin, and honestly, the best repair comes from inside, so you want to make sure you drink a lot of water. If you drink a lot of water before bed, or actually throughout the whole day, you will notice more of a difference in your skin than any skincare product can give you. Water, water, water. It is the best thing for your skin on the planet. My next.
Okay, so yes, drink water. It's great for your skin. I don't know that it's the best thing in the world. It's definitely part of a holistic, wonderful routine for keeping your skin healthy and happy. So yeah, make sure you drink your water. The other thing, Triple Lipid Restore is another awesome product from SkinCeuticals. The 242 comes from SkinCeuticals. They're trying to repair skin, and so there's a ratio of some of the emollients that are natural in your skin, and SkinCeuticals puts in a magical ratio of fatty acids, cholesterol, and ceramides. And the idea is that putting them in that ratio helps your skin use them immediately, and it's almost skin identical, so it's really good for repairing irritated or eczema or rosacea prone skin. Somebody who's dry like him, especially if he's irritated his skin with his washing practices, it's great. It really will leave your skin feeling moisturized and plump and a little bit healthier and happier. It's got good emollients and lubricants in it. You definitely want to make sure it's hydrated underneath. So something like a hyaluronic serum would be great to go underneath that to really pull in the moisture, and then you lock it in with a heavy moisturizer over the top of it to really seal it in, especially for nighttime. So great option. Yeah, we'll see what the rest of his routine looks like.
Lovely little item here is called the Age Interrupter. So you just take a little, just like you did with the last one. Oh, what do you see? Like, I'm already looking younger. So I've been using this since I was 65.
One other thing, he is doing a great job of being gentle with his skin, even from the pat dry. Somebody's told him to be gentle with his skin, and so he knows that. It's just that cleansing at the beginning is just so rough. So he's being really delicate. He's using that ring finger, which is relieving a lot of pressure that you normally put on when you're rubbing on skin products. Buffing it in is okay as long as you aren't tugging again and irritating the skin, especially underneath the eye. He's getting it in fine. It doesn't look like he's tugging on his skin, so that's great. And it looks like he's applying his next product the same way.
And so as you can see, I mean, by my face, I'm younger than that now. So I would say it's really worked. You know, sometimes I get a little stuffy. So when I get stuffy, often, you know, after I've been out and about in New York on trips, or we travel so much that we get so many different pollens and allergies, I can't breathe. So I like to get a little eucalyptus oil and smell it, put a little hair on my mustache, and it just opens you up. You know, another thing that I like to use is...
All right, so essential oils, one day I'll go on a terrible rant about that, but essential oils are often too strong to just put directly on skin. If somebody has more irritable skin or drier skin, essential oils are too fragrant to put on regularly. They can really amp up your irritation level instead of helping you. In this case, it's definitely for kind of the sensory experience and more aromatherapy. He wants to open up his sinuses, so that's great, but I would find a different way to get the scent. Either putting an atomizer out at bedtime, or just some reeds, or even just putting the essential oil on a tissue and leaving it near your bed can often be enough to kind of give you that nice refreshed feeling, especially with eucalyptus oil. It's pretty strong. But putting it directly on your skin, even on your beard, is not a great idea just because it can irritate. It's so strong. So let's carry on.
In my routine is this little needle.
Oh, that's the other thing. Age Interrupter. It's an anti-glycation product. You can either use it as more of a spot treatment for kind of high traffic and super aging areas, or you can use it all over like he was. It is a heavier moisturizer texture, but I would still use that before the triple lipid restore, just because it's meant to have more active ingredients, and you want to have the actives a little bit closer to skin rather than buffering them with a heavy moisturizer. So I would flip-flop those two, but otherwise it's another great, very pricey product. But obviously his skin looks well cared for, so it must be doing something, helping him out.
Needle roller thingy. I forget what they're called, but my husband, who is a facial surgeon, says that this is great because it cultivates or aerates or, I don't know, it does something. But apparently it's really good because it pokes little holes in the skin, and thus causing a little bit of damage, thus causing your skin to repair itself, thus creating new skin. So, it also pulls the hair out of your face, so be careful with that one. I looked like the Grand freaking Canyon before I started using this, and alas, now I don't. So my final step.
Okay, microneedles deserve their own entire post, but they are something you should try with care if you want to. They do a lot for textural things, fine lines. They can soften some deeper wrinkles and some textural acne scars. It can help with all of that. The only thing is it's very easy to overdo it, and it's very easy to kind of do it wrong and wind up doing more damage to your skin, which can lead to post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation or just irritated skin that doesn't bounce back very quickly. The biggest thing with it is the rollers you can only use a couple of times, like 2 or 3 times, and then the needle is actually pretty much blunted. Since they're very, very tiny needles, it's very easy to blunt them, so you really need to change it out every 2 or 3 uses. Also go for smaller needles, so shorter depth, because you don't really want to be puncturing too deep in the skin without a licensed professional. You can certainly do this as a spa service or like a Medi Spa service with your dermatologist, but if you're going to do it at home, go for shorter needles. Use it once a week or so, depending on how your skin tolerates it, and make sure that you clean it off after use with a good rubbing alcohol and then let it air dry. The biggest thing is he's kind of mowing over his skin, and I don't know how he does it off camera, but he's being a little bit casual about it. You really want to be pretty systematic about where you move through it. Avoid the under eyes. You want to go multiple different directions to make sure that you get sort of a crosshatch pattern of pinpricks in your skin. What you want to avoid is getting kind of tire tracks. If you go the same direction every time you use it, you can get kind of, well, tire tracks from the roller in your skin. So it's a very delicate procedure, and it's accessible to the public, so a lot of people just jump into it, but it works great. If his husband's a facial surgeon, that's great. He must be advising him on how to use it. It can give you really good benefits, but talk to a professional before you jump into it and make sure that you get a good technique down.
Just because, again, I get a little red and irritated, or just irritated, depending on the day. I like to use a little Jade Roller. Now you can get these as a rose stone or an amethyst. I use the Jade one because the Jade one is the one I was given, and I like things when they're free. So you roll it up and down, and it's so cool. And if you've watched the show, you know I'm always so friggin' hot. Netflix, let's do Juneau next year. Let's do Nome, Alaska. It is beautiful in the summer. Just a thought. Do you actually see literally the redness went down a little bit? And I'm not making that up, it really does. It just makes your skin feel so much better. All right, so that really is my final step before I go to bed. It's amazing how just rolling your skin can make a difference. Good night.
All right, so he has a great skincare routine. I flip-flopped a couple of the order on things, but generally, I mean, he's using all one line. He's using a really great line, SkinCeuticals, so you kind of can't go wrong with it. Yeah, the Jade Roller is definitely more just sensory therapeutic than it is functional. So I know a lot of people love it for going to bed because it really does kind of relax the face and you feel that kind of massage of the muscles. The rule of thumb still applies. Be gentle to your skin. Try to keep it low impact. If you can use like a facial oil or moisturizer with a lot of slip to it, that's the perfect time to get your Jade Roller out and work it around your skin, just so that it's not tugging on your skin and you aren't encouraged to push hard on your skin and irritate it further. But it can promote some lymphatic drainage, help kind of flush things out. It also feels really nice if you keep it in the fridge and just nice, cool, refreshing, especially underneath the eyes. But be gentle with it. Make sure you clean it after you use it, and it's a great option. So all in all, the only thing that I would hardcore change about his routine is get a decent cleanser. It doesn't even need to be a double cleanse. There are plenty of moisturizing, creamy cleansers. SkinCeuticals even makes a decent, gentle cleanser that he could use. It wouldn't overstrip, but it would actually take the day off, even makeup, SPF, things like that, rather than just rubbing his skin raw with a washcloth. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys next week. I'm going to try to be more consistent about posting. And with that, I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.